Hello students, this is Anjaneyulu, Physics faculty. Now today I am going to explain refractive index of prism. See first once observe here diagram, it is one equilateral prism. So light ray PQ incident on the prism and QR is the refracted light ray inside the prism, RS is the emergent light ray from the prism. So, and two normals are drawn here for the first refracting surface N1, for second refracting surface N2. These are two normals meeting at point, that point is a T. Next we know angle between incident light ray normal is called I1 and emergent angle I2. Angle between, so normal N2 and emergent light ray RS here. And here angle of refraction at first surface R1, at a second surface R2, and this emergent light ray, incident light ray direction both are extending. So this delta is the deviation of light ray. And next to here, this whole angle we know 180 and this angle 180 minus delta. Here I1 minus R1 and here I2 minus R2. This is the light ray, incident light ray, refracted light ray inside the prism and emergent light ray from the prism. So this is the diagram. Now by using this diagram, we can calculate refractive index of a given prism by using Snell's law of refraction. See in this given prism, I am using here QTR1 triangle. From this triangle, from triangle here QTR, we know the total angles in the given prism or given triangle here is equal to 180. See first in this triangle QTR, angle at Q is R1 plus angle at T we don't know, T I am taking here, and angle at R is R2 should be equal to 180 degrees. And from this one, T is equal to 180 minus of R1 plus R2. This is equation 1 I am taking. And next, same from the given prism. So AQTR, quadrilateral I am using here. From quadrilateral AQTR here, angle at A which is angle of prism plus angle at Q 90, because Q, so it is a particular point on the one of the side of the prism. At that particular point Q drawn normal N1, that's why here 90, and at angle at T only plus again angle at R 90, this is a total angle 360. So if I are taking this 90 and 90 right side, A plus T is equal to 360 minus 180 is equal to 180 degrees. Next, and A is equal to 180 minus T, but already from equation 1 we know T value. Substitute equation 1 in this one. Now A is equal to 180 minus of T value 180 minus of R1 plus R2. Just substituted this value and multiplying with 180 here, that angle of prism A is equal to, it is 180 minus 180 minus of minus plus R1 plus R2 here. See minus 180 plus 180 cancel. Now one relation we got here, that is R1 plus R2 is equal to A. What is A representing here? Angle of prism. What is R1? Refraction of the light at the first surface. Similarly R2 is the refraction of light at the second surface I got. Next, one more triangle left in this given prism, which is QBR I am taking. From this triangle QBR, angle at Q I1 minus R1 plus angle at B 180 minus delta plus angle at R I2 minus R2 is equal to total angle again here 180. Next I am rearranging this equation, this 180 cancel. Now I1 plus I2 is equal to, so R1 plus R2 plus delta. But we know R1 plus R2 we got A. Therefore I1 plus I2 is equal to A plus delta. One more relation we got. These are two very conclusions here. What are the conclusions we got till now? The sum of angle of refractions is equal to angle of prism. So the sum of angle of incident and angle of emergent is equal to angle of the prism plus deviation of the light ray from the prism. Next, so one graph I am using here, that graph between angle of incidence on a prism and angle of deviation of a prism. See, till now we got two relations I am writing here, which is R1 plus R2 is equal to A we got, and one more relation we got, so I1 plus I2 is equal to A plus delta. Now graph I am using here, which is angle of incidence and deviation. So on the x-axis I am taking I, and on y-axis deviation I am taking. So if angle of incidence I increasing, the deviation starts decreasing. After reaching one minimum value, if I increasing, at the same time deviation also starts increasing. So till at which value we got delta minimum value, that is called angle of minimum deviation. But at angle of minimum deviation we can take I1 I2 equal, at the same time R1 R2 also equal. That diagram I am drawing here. So here deviation starts decreasing until one minimum value. After this minimum value, again deviation starts increasing, corresponding angle of incident here. So at this particular minimum value, this is called angle of minimum deviation. So at angle of minimum deviation, what we can take? Angle of incident, angle of emergent, both are equal. And one more, angle of refraction set to two surfaces also equal we can take. Next, these are two values substituting in those relations. See, first one I am taking here, R1 plus R2 means R plus R is equal to A. So from this one 2R is equal to A, and R is equal to A by 2 I got. So angle of refraction are half of the angle of prism. And one more relation we have, I1 plus I2 here. It means I plus I is equal to A plus delta M. Because both are equating, means the deviation we should take angle of minimum deviation. So then from this one 2I is equal to A plus delta M, I is equal to A plus delta M by 2. This is angle of incidence. Next, so finally we know from the Snell's law of refraction, refractive index of a prism mu is equal to sin I by sin R. So from Snell's law of refraction, we know mu is equal to sin I by sin R. Just substituting here this I value, R value in this equation, which is equal to sin I A plus delta M divided by 2 sin R value A by 2. This is the final equation. So finally here refractive index mu is equal to sin A plus delta M divided by 2 divided by sin A by 2. Here remember A is angle of prism and delta M is the angle of minimum deviation. So this formula very important, and next video I will explain application of a prism.